Morning, morning laser. Morning, Diego. Saw you got into the Discord. You have to check the you have to check back into the nickname change. You have to put your real first name after it too. Yeah, I used to have pretty long hair. Actually, I need to watch that video. Well, I'll watch that later. I got the scanner up. You can see. I'm gonna move. Morning, Dan. What did Gush end up doing yesterday? Damn. Well, it looks like we got a descending pattern now. I'll still play it. Bit's getting closer. Channel. Morning, Ed. Probably gonna play. If I can get a good fill on AMD. Been listening to Trading in the Zone yesterday. Well, past like week or so actually. It's a pretty good book for anybody that's looking for a trading book to read or an audio book. I've noticed a lot of the things that I'm doing that I shouldn't be doing. PDC line is very visible. PDC, what's PDC? Oh, okay. Uh, there you go. Morning, Noonda. All right, Dan. I'll try to take a look at that a little later. Yep, I'm starting to get pretty excited about the Discord. For those that have joined the Discord, but you're not yet a PFNG, you need to go through the nickname change down in the FNG basement, and then I'll switch you over to PFNG, and you'll have a little bit more access to the channel and the server. Morning, Caesar. I've got, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 21. Got about 30 tabs open on 3 different windows. All right, I'm going to throw up one of Mac's videos while I do some technical analysis.
Okay, so
I'm going to mute my mic so that way you guys don't get an echo. All right, I guess that's work. Do it this way.
just wanted to do this video because Zensko asked me about it, so I'm just gonna show you a quick analysis of technical analysis of SSYS.
Morning, Millennial.
And I'm actually gonna make a few points for it, bullish.
I'm gonna get some coffee.
The reasons why I hesitate, but I see the bullishness. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys the whole thing. So first of all, if we look at SSYS, there's issues. Okay, now I'm not writing this trade off as a long. I just want to go through the whole thing. SSYS, there's some issues up here. So as you can see, we did have the lower high and then lost the rate of ascent. You can see the rate of ascent. Basically, we could maybe drop like this, kind of ish. Okay, we see the push up, the overextension, back, lower high, lost that, and then it's just being down into oblivion almost. Okay, so we do want to keep that in mind on SSYS. Now, for more of a swing trade, maybe not so much of an investment, but I can see why maybe Zensko is thinking maybe a long here. I do see some bullishness here, some strength coming into SSYS, and so let's now go through that. Okay, so first of all, let's just look at this. Let's just look at this more immediate stuff here. So let's look at this. Didn't mean to drop that line there. Just delete that. Okay, so just this action right here, we're first of all we're just gonna draw a bottom line here because we do see this as an area of support. Okay, so that's number one, and it actually shows up back through here a little bit, and just even in here, I kind of went through a few times, but it is an area of potential supportish area where guys are maybe loading up for a move up. Okay, that's number one. So we are at close to or near to a buy zone there. Okay, now I want to show you guys this too. Now, this rate of descent has been broken to the upside. So we moved up we broke the lower lows, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and that does look bullish to me. Okay, so that's bullish, and now we're in a 1, 2, 3 day pullback. And if Zenskone didn't have this marked, this lower rate of ascent on the 15, okay, because we're intraday traders / swing traders, so we want real, we want precision entries here. So if you didn't catch this entry down here, let's see a 10-minute candle. Yeah, not bad. So 10-minute candle entry, let's say, if you didn't catch that, or if you didn't catch this consolidation, right, then he's not missed his opportunity if he still believes in the long, okay? So we just have to, because that's the first maybe long down in here in this day, but the second long is going to be the first pullback, okay? So let's just draw that out. So if there's any pre-market prints where this is going to have to be adjusted, but that's it for now. So a 1990-ish pullback would be a pretty cool long for SSYS, I think, okay? Now we ask ourselves, I want to point out one more thing that I do see that's bullish, and I'm going to draw that. This right here is somewhat of a trap, right? So when we see them try to push it through and they snap it right back up and over, back test and then higher, then that's interesting. That to me is somewhat of a trap. That's probably trapped some shorts, and it's probably stopped out a bunch of longs, right? So that's, to me, that's a trap. And there was a little bit of volume that came in there. Let's check that. Yeah, we see that volume come in there. So that's potentially, remember, on the bottom of a move, when you see kind of substantial volume come in there, that could be, you know, a bullish sign, okay? So this also right here is a coiling of a spring, what I call this. So this is a coiling of a spring, and then when it comes out of that coil, the spring goes what? Snap, it explodes. So yeah, I definitely see maybe what Zenskone is seeing here. I'm not sure, but I do see a little bit of bullishness here. And I do want to keep it, another thing in mind is on FinViz, it says that it has 18% short interest, which means that there's 18% of the float that is short, okay? So that's a pretty high percentage of the float to be short. Anything over really, you know, let's call it 12%, 15, 18%, 20, 25% is a high, in my opinion, a high short interest. So when you're at 18% short interest, you know, there's some shorts in here that are going to start to get worried here about this little snap to the bottom. They're sort of going to get worried about this technical break to the upside. If we get up over the 200, then they're probably going to want to start.
I'm looking at SSY today, Rock.
So if there's any longs that got long down here, anybody that's chasing this long is going to start buying it. And
it looks like we might be getting 250 pinch.
That's kind of the bullish signs that I kind of see on SSYS, but I just want everybody to keep in mind the issues back here.
It'll be a few days, but it looks like it might be coming.
Bullish trending stock. This is a sideways trending stock, as you can see. We're just basically stuck. So ever since, so I'm not saying you can't trade this range. I'm not saying you can't trade this range, and I'm not saying it's not going to go to 37 because it's gone there once and twice. It probably actually, the probability is that it probably will go. Okay. But I think there's better candidates out there. I'm not saying it's a horrible look. That's just my opinion on it. I do see the bullishness, and there's a few points that I'll just type out here. So for the bullish reasons I see is number one, we do have a technical break, right? Break on the daily after the spring was coiled, right? Number two, we're going to say that we're in a buy zone on the daily, right?
I like that notepad.
We're going to say we had a 3-day pullback. Number four, we're going to say we do have a 15-minute candle, buy and technical break, right? And I'm just going to say for number five, we're going to say we have that 18% float short interest, which could cause a squeeze here. So potential squeeze candidate. And then for the bearish, or for the warning signs that I see, so I'm just going to write those down. The warning signs I see, you already see, you know, let's just zoom out, let's see those again. Let's just, it's the warning signs I see is that there's something wrong with this stock, you know, why were we trading in the 70 to 80 range, and then we're down here, and we're not really up or down, we're kind of, you know, and the problem is, you see how ugly this action can really be? See, even when you come into the buy zone, it can be a lot of ugly action for a long time. So just keep that in mind. But I do like the technical break here, guys. I do like the trap on the bottom. I do like the 3-day pullback. I do like the 15-minute candle break to the upside. So a lot of bullishness going forward right now, and the 18% short interest. Okay, so that's what I see on that. I hope that helps Sencone explain to you some of the questions that you had. I do want to show you this though. What you found here is really, really awesome. Okay, so if you hunt for this stuff, what I'm talking about in this video, and what you see here, it can create monster moves, and I'm going to show you on Tesla. Okay, so I did call this buy on Tesla for my buddies that I trade with and things like that. But let's just ignore that action there, because I called a buy down in here. Okay. And I expected Tesla's done a lot better, but I expected Tesla to come back up into this. So let's ignore this, guys. Okay, so ignore this action. I'm talking back here. And the reason why I called a buy down here is because if you look, it's kind of similar to what you're looking at. We just knew we were in a buy zone, and we had what? A technical break to the upside. We had
Tesla
a few traps to the downside there. A little bit of, they were hunting long stops down here, in my opinion. Sorry. Okay, so we're just going to draw that like this. Okay, so doesn't that look a little bit like your stock, SSYS? You know, it's very, very similar. See the coiling of the spring, the breaks to the downside there, a little bit of a trap. We got to move over, right, on Tesla. And then we got, what, a 1, 2, 3 day pullback. So there would have been a good little long right in there. That would have been a sick long right there. And then look at that move. And keep in mind, too, I think at this point in time, Tesla had a 30% short interest. So this is the look. I'm glad you asked me, Zenskone, because this is the look that produces some of the best trades, in my opinion. But just keep in mind, I'm a little worried about the bullishness of SSYS. But you guys, if you guys want to start hunting for this, I mean, you guys can put this part of my strategy if you want. I could do a video on it, but this is killer. Let me get rid of some of these lines. I'm going to show you. I called also the Apple long buy for all-time new highs to my trader buddies. And we took that long. I'm just going to, what am I looking for? Drawing tools? Hide all drawing tools. I don't really want to hide my drawing tools. I want to remove the drawing tools. Drawing tools. Remove all drawing tools. Okay, so check this out on Apple, just on the day chart here. And you're going to see that same.
Hey, Mac, question here. Square Inc. Looks like they had a short trap or a long trap yesterday at the end of market close. Do you ever swing traps for the next day on if they're short, or is it too dangerous? Okay. do some notes real quick. Looking like we got a trend break on MU. Yeah. Morning, Kartik. Now on MU, if this is a trend break, you're only waiting for shorts, right? Up here. Or do you like to see another confirmation of the high and a reversal? You still believe in the long? Would it be a good entry to get in long down here then? In the low 57s? Okay. Let's see what this range is. Dollar range. Yeah, that's a pretty big pre-market dump. What, you'd short SQ or you'd long SQ? Okay. Alright, looks like Gush. I'm gonna try to bounce play this for your dollar range, so not looking to get super heavy into this. Like to see it come down more below the into the 34 flat. Holding and running. Gush has got 10-cent spread. Fitbit. I'm done with Fitbit. Actually, I might play that short fill. If Fitbit gets down, I'll play that. The AMD is going straight up. I like to see AMD get up to Ivan's channel and get a double top again like it did yesterday. Comes back down into the like gush reversed, didn't quite get down bottom of its channel. Now up 75 cents. If it breaks the open, that's a red to green move and a break of its resistance on pre-market. 3-cent spread. Yeah, the spread's all over the place. Morning, Gil. I'm watching Gush again. Came back down to previous resistance on its channel. It started a descending triangle from last high and low. So we'll see what it does. I'm waiting to see if it pops above its previous or its yesterday's resistance into the 20s. If it does that, I'll probably buy in the low teens. But this might be a fake out until it gets confirmation. Bruise is cracking. Vision, AMD, sitting in the teens. Gush is in the 20s. I'm gonna wait for a pullback into the 18s. There we go. 12, buy. Yeah, that was a little early. Breaks below 35. I'm getting out. I should have bought at bid instead of the buy market. That lost like a 7-cent spread there. This is a $3 range though, or potential, so I'm fine with that. 20 bucks would be 60 bucks. Red to green moves are something I learned from Deckmar trades, by the way, for anybody that's interested. Basically, very bullish sign if a stock, the gap can be a factor in it, but we've got this gap down to the bottom of the channel, which is, you could consider the gap short power, but the bottom channel more long. Then you get the red pullback to somewhere around the last resistance line. And then when the stock breaks above the open, a red to green move, it's usually a very bullish indicator. At least that's the case with lower float stocks and low cap stocks. It might be a little different for a oil ETF. Thank you, Dan. AMD's cracking. We're getting our first pullback on AMD. Low 17s. I'm not going to chase it. I'm not going to trade this. It's mid-range and 50. It could go either way. It's a low probability trade. Green on Gush. I'd like to see, we're getting a bit of a channel forming. See if it continues. I will I'll go back to 2 minutes. Might stack into this since it's looking bullish on the pullbacks to the low of the channel. Goes up 50. So we're a pretty damn steep rate of ascent, but it typically probably sell and reverse my position here and short it back down, but this run up from yesterday is so steep and powerful that that's a bad play. Usually this thing has been ripping. There's the pullback down into the 50s. Quarter dollar pullback, coming back down probably into the 40s. If I join, I'm going to get in at the 41, so I'm going to join at the bid. That way I get a really good entry. Missed the slip. There we go, filled 37s. That looks good. If it breaks the trend, I'm going to downsize. I'll remove that 20 that I stacked and quit. 36, 60, yeah, definitely. Well, I think the whole dollar is going to be the first bounce. And then sell out half midway between the range. I'm not looking for a full range move. Or I'll sell out 25 there, and maybe it'll break the trend channel or the lower channel. Cracking down into the 20s, kind of breaking the trend. If it gets below 25, it's definitely downsize. We could get a bounce at the open. That's a potential. And I'll get totally out if it breaks the open, because then it's looking like just a consolidation day. Staying inside the channel. Got a wick going. Looks like we might be getting a little bit of a squeeze on the 50 EMA. Building resistance in the 60s. Starting to get a channel break. Got solid volume though in the 20s. So we got 4 times the volume. Actually, I need to turn on my eye tracker. We got 4 times the volume down here on 35.27 than any other mark. So hopefully that'll hold if it wants to bounce on it. Liking this Thinkorswim Looking like we're getting our first pullback, or like a little bit of a bull flag. Channel somewhat holding. It's kind of changed its rate of ascent. Channel a little less steep, which is actually better, I think, for a long, or at least a momentum trade. Okay, first resistance, 615. Probably downsize on that bounce on it. Sell out the 20, wait for it to either pull back for another entry with 20, or I want to see lots of pressure on that resistance line, and I'll buy on the break, or a pullback down lower because it's already up quite a bit. Based on yesterday's price action, we just got some consolidation, and then it eventually broke that resistance over there. Really. Getting up there, I'm about to sell out or downsize half my shares in the 90s. I'll get out at 96 on the ask. All right, locked in half profits, waiting for bounce and either a pullback or it ripping straight through this resistance line. So I'm managing my risk more than anything right now, my exposure. I was in double size on my trade, so I consider it 2 times leverage on my risk. That was 6% of my portfolio. So I'm still in the trade on my full size of the trade. I'm looking, for $50 or $60, but I just want to reduce my exposure until I get a confirmation, because the trade is becoming uncertain in this area. This is the previous day resistance, and we're over halfway through the range. $36.66. So you think, okay? So you're thinking it's going to break through this little short trap here and come up to this resistance line from close yesterday? Let's add yesterday's close on here. Jigsaw, if you're in here, thank you for this open close study you gave me. Yep, so we're getting the pullback down into the 70s. I'm not going to enter into that. I would like to see a 50% pullback if it's breaking trend. We're going to fib it down into the 20s, almost completely back down to the open. I will lock in my profits if this continues to break into the 50s. If it breaks down hard, because then I'm pretty much break even on my original trade. And we'll just we'll see. I want to see if it does come back down to the 50 on the open. I want to see consolidation and a positive uptrend again before I get back into it. But hopefully this will hold and we'll just build pressure up onto this resistance. Yeah, previous day close. I'm just I figured I'd lock it in because we're hitting a whole dollar with that one resistance down on that short trap from the mini channel, the 5-minute mini channel right here. I'll look at it real quick, Steve, but ASTC, I got to get back on my trade. Huge gap up. ASTC up to 300%. Definitely not going to trade that long. Might be a nice short. Like to see it come back up double top later in the day. Double top short might be nice. Especially on a 300% runner. Unless it's a stock split. What's the volume? 13 million, 4 million. Okay, so no, it's a 4 million float. That is super dangerous. I'm not touching that. Dollar spread or dollar range, 50-cent spread. Yeah, I'm not interested in that at all. Yeah, under 10 million float is super, super dangerous. I mean, you got to have, I mean, in actuality, the more liquidity you have, it means the more it's being traded and the more erratic it's going to be because it's such a low float stock. So, I mean, you need the liquidity to get in at a good price, but then if I was to play that, I would play it with a super small size and I would scalp it because it's you join at the join it like if you're shorting it, you join at the ask, you sell at the bid with a 50-cent spread, you instantly make 50 cents. I've never actually done that on a stock like this, but yeah, so we're getting a 30-cent spread just here. If you bought at the bid, or if you shorted at the ask and bought at the bid, you'd instantly be making 30 bucks or whatever your trade is. But if it moves one tick, what's the tick move? Yeah, so if it moves on you, though, you can be out a lot quickly. Um, SQ falling apart. SQ. Oh, there it is. Oh, we got a short trap. Shit. Damn it. I've yet to play a short trap when it actually hits it. I forgot to set my alert. Was that 68 down to so a full point move already? Get another day. Okay, Gush is building resistance, building up onto this resistance line, which is good. I'm going to draw a trend line here real quick and just set an alert on it so that way I can monitor it. Why can I not? Sometimes I can draw. Sometimes I can set alerts on studies or on drawings. Sometimes I can't. This is really annoying. That. All right. So Fitbit's cracking hard on the whole dollar. It's getting down to $7. Let me, Mac. Do you see this as a gap fill, a short gap fill with this huge run up, or do you consider this a short trap down into this lower range? I'm seeing, we got a quad bounce on this resistance line with a descending flag with the huge run up. Do you think it could fill down to low sixes? Morning, Tyrell. Or do you think it's so you think it's potential long? Okay. So play on the bounce of previous resistance. Set my alert down into the low 60s. Back to Gush. So Gush ripped. I missed my re-entry. I'd like to see it pull back down to the complete my fib. We got new highs. Hitting the previous close. 5 minute looks like. I'll let it run, and I'd like to see it pull back to the single digits, and I'll resize with my other 20 shares. And then I'll play that as a scalp. So I'm in my initial 20 shares from the original opening, but I'm going to scalp long from the basically a 20-cent scalp from low teens up into the high 20s. I'm going to definitely join at bid so I can get a good entry. Good entry or no entry, because I'm already in the trade. I'm not looking to be greedy. Especially with a 5-cent spread. I'll be losing 10 cents on a 20-cent scalp. It's not really worth it. A little lower. All right, I'll get in at 13 if I can. Join at the bid. See if I get filled. Doesn't look like I'm going to get filled. It would have been it's already back up. It was back up into the high 20s, so that would have been 20, few dollars, not anything crazy, but and we're back down into the teens. I might get filled on one tick. There we go, filled. Coming down. Yeah, you almost nailed that. Was that perfectly to the cent? Or did it shoot over a little bit? It got into the 40s for a second. I'm fine with a bounce at $36. If it breaks, I'm getting out. Probably I'll get out half, and if it breaks again to the 37 or into the 70s, I'll definitely be fully out. But I'm looking for it to rip back up into the 30 or in the 20s or 30s and take my scalp play. All right, so we're breaking resistance, still at the whole dollar, back down this channel. 30.03, 2, needed to hold at the whole dollar. Back up. Break even on my scalp right now. Positive on the scalp. Snap fell. I'll check out Snap as soon as I manage this trade management. We're getting a new trend line right here, it looks like. On low end. Six. Trying to get out at 29 for my scalp. There we go. Got it locked in our scalp. Up high on the range. I'm kind of want to reverse my position and play a short again. Just play this micro channel until we break trend. Down to the 20s. I'm doing pretty good with the scalps though. I've nailed like 8 out of 10 scalps so far, especially on these like clear micro patterns. We're getting pressure building up onto this previous day close. It's a bit too much spread for me. Typically, I like the 1-sit spread for scalps, but if I'm joining at the bid and ask, it's not too bad. I'm really just practicing scalping more than anything because that was a pretty small size for a scalp. It was only like a couple bucks. But if I could integrate let's do what's 50 shares at 20 cents. Do 100 shares. And I'll try to get in. Yeah, getting a little too tight now. Breaks into the single digits, I might jump back in on the scalp long, since I'll be trading with the trend overall long. Uh, Volume's not really an issue for me because my account's so small. I mean, the spread's a little wide, but because I saw potential in it, it's a channel. It tends to channel very well. We're down at 605. I'll get filled at 605 in 100 shares. So I'm like triple leverage on my initial long, but as long as it holds on the 36 solid, I'm good. As soon as it breaks 36, I'm out on my scalp because it's way too much exposure. I join at 13. Take my, so that's a, I'm not liking the candlesticks on it. So I'm gonna just remove my exposure a bit. Gosh, it's getting 604. Got a lot of volume right at the whole dollar mark, which is good. Probably pretty solid resistance. Quick, MU is getting down to the bottom of its channel. I think this is a buy on MU, long, Mac, 20s, low 20s. John, the strategy that you understand the most. Oh, tomorrow's earnings. All right, I'm just gonna stick with my Gus trade. A bit doing AMD. AMD is super low on its channel. Short trap on AMD. Bounce on the close. If it breaks above 50, if it gets back into its channel, I'm going to go long on AMD. See, the low is 30, 50, 20 cents. 20, 75 shares. It's already got a huge range on the open to close, so I'm going to size in a little bit heavier. Breaks the 50s. Getting in at 52. Risk is below 30. Yeah, I'm long on AMD. I wish there was a way to set alert on these damn channels. That would be fantastic. Back to Gush, monitor it. Back up into the 30s. We're getting the bullish. That would have been a nice $30 scalp right there if I'd stuck with the trade, but it was just if I paid attention to the volume. This is huge volume at we got solid resistance between the 90s to the 10s, so I probably could have stuck with that a little longer. This would have been a perfect bounce play at 30 in the low 30s. RKDA Mac, the scanner that you sent, well, that's the low float, 4 million. Not interested in that. CRC. No. Back to AMD. AMD's at up 58, so looks like it's trending up now. Gush is kind of getting into consolidation period. We're going to see a SAR parabolic flip. And there it is. 3605. Let's set an alert. Might be breaking south. I'm going to set a limit. Shares market limit 35, 87. Really? I want to sell there. Limit stop, not limit sell. 35 bucks on Gush. It comes back into lows at I want low single digits to re-enter it for a long, just because I screwed up my click. AMD into the 60s. So we got a positive trend going here. Twitter short. Yeah. Quadruple bounce on Twitter long or with a short trap. MU's getting 4 bounces on MU. Macy's about to flip on Gush, so we're going to get a move pretty soon. It's still green and bullish overall, but not screwed up my position. Hitting highs. There goes Gush, longer, but I'm not in the trade because I screwed up my limit order, my stop loss. Seven comes back down to the end of the 30s. I'll re-enter. This is Gush. Gush is locked at 50 right now. Where's the picture with Gush? Oh, 50 fib. What are you fibbing off of? High and low. Great. How come you're fibbing off of the second high and low instead of the first high and low? Oh, yeah, okay. Cruise. AMD is back down to my entry. Probably play Gus short once we get a confirmation of trend reversal. Up 35 for the day. That's 6% portfolio on my live trading account. Hovering at 50. It's the daily chart. Oh, over here, this is trading. This one is active trader. This one's time and sales. Active trader gives you the traded volume at a specific price point, so I can see the resistance and the volume and stuff at specific points in the trade. AMD breakout. So that's another 60 cents. Been another. I would have been up to $50 on my profit on Gush if I hadn't clicked limit sell instead of stop sell. Now at 50s, I'm gonna get. Nah, this might be. I'm gonna chase it. starting to get choppy. Back into the 40s. Yeah, but it's so overextended, I'm not going to chase it. Could have made 50 bucks instead of 35. They've been 10% portfolio. We're in AMD. It's consolidating right now, but we're waiting for it to go long. I will set my limit for KDA. I did earlier. Yeah, it came down from 30-cent move, gap up, pull back to the close, bounce, or that's a 20-cent bounce play, 5-cent spread. And super choppy market today. Oh, yep. So does that scanner lock it when it's? I see that it's not the stocks that are on there aren't changing or popping up anymore. It's just like staying there. So once it finds a stock, does it just leave it there? All right, 42. What's your take when a stock double traps? Like AMD is doing right now? Well, wait a second. I guess I'm playing against. This is a bad trade, isn't it? This is a short when you're going long, not long when you're going short. Whoops. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, I should probably close out of this trade. Got out $9. Okay. So that was a mistake to enter into that long. I should have been shorting on AMD, not longing. I wasn't even trying to chase the trend. I was just saw a short trap and thought short trap. But it's not a short trap because AMD is super overextended on the daily. ETC. Whoa. Would you trade on this? Then 46, 50 million float, 50 down to damn almost 10-point move, 40-cent spread. Yeah, that would have been a nice short on SQ. Okay. Talk about something I read yesterday in Trading in the Zone was you should always be mindful of the emotions that you're feeling when you're trading. Gil, if you're still here in chat, what I was telling you yesterday about your fear of missing out, that feeling you were having. Right now, I'm having fear of missing out, and I'm upset that I left money on the table, but that those feelings can cause you to, chase trades or jump into a trade that's less than ideal. So you always want to pay attention to your emotions when you're trading, and also accept the fact that your mistakes and your screw ups are okay to have because they teach you how to do it correctly. You know, and looks like Gush is ripping down now, hard. Thought about reversing my position there and going short, but it had no confirmation. But you know, that's fine. Yeah, you never want to tell your. I mean, there's fucking 10 million. There's 10,000 different stocks on the stock market. Realistically, you've left billions of dollars on the table every single day because you didn't trade them. But so it's a stupid emotion to have. You have your strategy. You made your money. Be content with it, and also don't get overzealous too when you start winning a bunch, which is actually what happened to me on AMD. I was winning on my first trade, feeling good. Saw the short trap, easy play, right? Yeah, just long it. No, pay attention. Look at the chart. Yeah, trading in the zone's good. Trading in the zone, I would not recommend for a brand new person though. I would say Market Mind Games is the first book you need to read. Then your daily trading coach, that kind of teaches you the importance of uh, trading with a plan and a strategy and sticking to that strategy. And then listen to Trading in the Zone. You need to have. I think you don't. I think new traders don't need to trade at all starting out, and they just need to study because, like I've said in some of my videos, you can form a lot of really bad habits uh, when you're not educated in the psychology and the mistakes that the majority of traders make because you're human. You're gonna do the same things that the majority of people do when they get into the stock market, and 90% of people lose in the stock market when they get into it. So you're statistically going to lose, and you're statistically going to do the things that you shouldn't be doing, but you won't know that unless you educate yourself. And if you just jump into the market and start trading and you develop these really bad habits, they get ingrained into you. Like I'm struggling a lot with trading against the trend, and I've studied the market for 9 months before I really got heavy into trading. So, but it helps out a lot to know all the mistakes that people make before I start trading, so that way I can notice it, be mindful of it before when it's happening in real time, so I can correct it quickly instead of doing it 600 times and then reading about it and realizing that I've been making all these mistakes. Then I've got to fix the correction and behavior, which is going to be much more of a pain in the ass. See, Mac. Yeah. How long you been studying stock markets then? Oh, we're getting a whole dollar bounce. I kind of want to jump in short on this. That's a solid rip down. Nope, solid rip up. We got a descending pattern overall. So, no, I can't short it. Okay, never mind. Well, I'm done then for the day. I got a lot of stuff to do. Cruise cracking hard. looks like it bounced almost the whole dollar. Okay, are you familiar with all the mistakes that new traders make, Zen? And more importantly, do you try to notice them when you're trading yourself? Nice. Have you read Daily Trading Coach? I'm assuming. Yeah. Fear of missing out. Another way you could take it is you have to, if you plan on being a day trader, you probably considering doing it for at least 5 to 10 years, if not your entire life. So, fear of missing out. You need to take a 35,000 foot view of the situation. Like I made $35 today, woohoo! Um, but the skill and the education that I got today from trading this pattern and learning it will carry me through for the rest of my life. And as I get better at it and my account grows over time, that money, that $35 will turn into $60 and then $120 and then $300 and then $1,000 and then $3,000. But it won't do that if you don't stay consistent with your strategy and you jump into bad trades. When you look at it over the span of 10 years, you don't want to have huge losses because its portfolio curve should look perfectly like a compounding curve. Like a really good trader so try to compare. Portfolio curve losses. I need to find a chart that shows what I'm talking about. So like this, if this was a portfolio, let's pretend it was a portfolio. This trader is better than this trader because you see these huge rip downs. This is inconsistency in their sizing and their risk. A perfect trader, if you look at their portfolio curve, it should be a perfect continuation of a compounding curve because they always set the perfect stop loss and limit. They have their strategy down and they know their statistics on their win to loss. And it's purely just a statistics and probability game. Fear of missing out will cause your portfolio to look like this, which will take you in a 10-year span. You will lose more money, and your curve will be much more chaotic and cut because you're jumping into bad trades and you're chasing trades and you're doing all the things that you shouldn't be doing. It's not about getting into every single trade. It's about building that portfolio curve continuously and smoothly. So, you could, let's say you average, let's take Ricky Gutierrez's, he says if you average 3% a week for 52 weeks, you start with $1,000 and you consistently make 3% profit, risk 1.5% on each trade, make his course is more designed for people with Robinhood and UStockTrade accounts, people that they're not this heavy into day trading. He does have solid swing trading advice though. I like his swing trading. Week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52. So if you consistently make 3% every single week for a year, which is perfect weeks, which is kind of hard to do, but some people can do it. You would go from $1,000 to $4,600. So that's a 460% increase off of your initial trade. Now, if you fuck up and you jump into a bad trade, or you miss your sizing, or you oversize in a trade, and you lose 50% of your account, you haven't lost the money really, because you have a strategy. You can make the money. You have a system that works. It's proven to work. You've tracked your trades. I mean, if this was your portfolio and this was your strategy, you know that it works because you just did it for a year, for 52 weeks. But if you screw up one day and you blow up half your account, you haven't lost the $2,300 that you would have lost. Everybody looks at the money and they say, oh God, I lost half my account. You didn't really lose half your account because you can make that money back. You have a strategy that works. You've lost half a year of trading. You've lost time. Money is time, especially in the world of the stock market. Compounding money, one of the most important things that Warren Buffett ever teaches, is the younger you start, the more rich you will be as your life continues, because it just compounds. It's a curve. It will skyrocket in growth as long as you stay consistent. That's 1 year. Let's do 4,600 time. Let's do 12. Let's do a month instead. So what's hold on. 4,600. What's 3% over a month? I don't know what that would be. Let's do it this way. 3,600 times 1.03. No. 1,000 times 0.03. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Wait, that was weeks. Shit. 3, 2, 3, 4. So $125. 1,000 divided by 1,255. No, 1,000 divided by 5. I can math right. So that's 12% a month average. So let's go back to the 4,600. So in 1 year, if you had a strategy that you consistently made 3% on every single week, obviously that's perfect. So it's not going to be exactly right, but we'll play in absolutes here. So let's do per month at times 1.1235. So 1 month. So January, February, March, April, May, June, July, September, October, November, December. So now your $4,000 went to 14K. So picture a curve. It's just go. It's not only is it growing, it's scaling with the growth. So as the account gets bigger, so does your win sizes and your loss sizes. So that's year 2. Year 3 is January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's 3 years. We'll do years now. So 61,000 times. Let's cut it back. Let's say you reduce your risk even more. So we'll do 200%. Year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7, year 8, year 9, year 10. So 3% a year at an ideal perfect rate, perfect stop losses, perfect strategy. Well, not perfect because you'll calculate your losses and your wins in the strategy. But let's say if you make a trade every single day for a week, five trades a week or 10 trades a week, that averages 3% growth of your overall portfolio. So you are calculating wins and losses, but overall growth is 3% for the year. In 10 years, you'll have $7.8 million, starting with $1,000. But that's if you keep your sizing perfect, you don't overextend yourself, you don't take bad trades, you don't fear missing out. The stock market is always going to be there. There's always going to be a play. You just have to refine your strategy. And to refine your strategy, you want to stick to your plan, because when you don't stick to your plan, then you can't refine anything. Like if you have a plan that works and then you don't stick to it, you're wasting your time, because you know what you did wrong when you don't stick to your plan. You didn't stick to your plan. If you do stick to your plan and something goes wrong and the trade fails, you didn't waste money. You learned something. You learned how to not do it, or you learned a better way to do it, or maybe you improved your sizing, or you improved your stop loss or your position sizing. So you have to stick to your plan, because that allows you to improve. When you don't stick to it or you jump into trades, you have no plan and you know your mistake. You didn't stick to your plan, and there's no way to improve from not sticking to your plan other than first starting with your plan. All right, so markets getting low. Let me run through these real quick. No. And it went long. Damn it. This is when you're just upset with yourself. Back up into 6-inch range. So, oh well, it's with the trend. It's already overextended. The short would have been here on previous resistance. Triple bounce. MU is all over the place. It's ripping back up. We're getting a lot of volume, or a lot of movement. 11 o'clock hour. Damn, what is going on? Is there some kind of news coming out or something? Yeah. All right. I am going to shut down the stream. Got some work to do. Oh, before we close down the stream, anybody that's wanting to join the Discord. How many people are in here right now? 48. Yeah. I'll create do another 10 users. Those that, when you join in, you need to jump down to the nickname change and check the announcements and the nickname change, and get your stuff sorted out. If you haven't done that already, you need to. If you haven't completed your nickname change by the end of the month, I will be removing you from the group. Yep, I plan on putting a tremendous amount of effort and resources into the Discord. I'm excited for the Discord. We started it Friday, and I was kind of just like, okay, I guess, because I've done administration stuff for communities before, but I've never done a Discord chat, so I just didn't know the ins and the outs of Discord, so I had to learn it all this weekend. But now that I understand everything about Discord and how it works, especially the bots. I still need to learn the bots. It's fantastic. And as a new join, you will have restricted access to voice chat. Currently only the PFNGs can communicate on voice chat. I'll probably create a lounge or something for you guys to talk in for now, but eventually, as this community grows, it's going to be more restricted on who can do what, because I don't want an influx of new users coming in and just wrecking the place because they don't understand like our setup and how we operate. And I'll have a write-up. I've actually already got the write-up done for that. It'll be in the new members category, but I just need to proofread it and get it all lined out. And I need to get I'm also going to be releasing the ranks, brief overview of the ranks today, so you guys can get an idea of what they are and what they entail. And then I will do specific write-ups on each individual rank and what the requirements are and how you should take them and the benefits and stuff you get from them. That. Um, once you've gotten your tag changed, you will be promoted to PFNG for now. If I see online and you don't have your tag changed, you won't be getting PFNG, and you get a little more access as PFNG. And again, thank you, Jason. And if you're in here, Jigsaw, for helping out with the name changes and the admin stuff. Saves me a lot of time and headache. Evo. Is that 200% runner? No. ASTC is doing. Yeah, this thing. $8 down to $3. Bounced around the 50 fib. The time to get in would have been right here. Playing these low float stocks, you really have to play price action. There's no technicals about it. So you got this solid leg up would have been consolidation down here, and then you just watch it. As soon as you get a pop, run that pop up, especially a whole dollar pop right there, 40 cents. So that's already missed. But yeah, if you want to play these trades, I highly recommend checking out Decmar trades. Depends on your broker. Try. All right, I got stuff to do. Shutting down the stream. Hope you guys have a great day. Tomorrow's stream is a maybe. I'm gonna be really busy these next 3 days, so the streams are gonna be a maybe, maybe not. All right, take care, guys.